I'm not even going to say the final score because the final score doesn't even equal how this game really was. The New York Knicks got destroyed for 48 minutes of basketball, at least in my opinion, watching this game, or actually it's a freaking fact. I understand the Miami Heat are the number one seed in the Eastern Conference. They got great management over there. They got Pat Riley at head coach. Of course, they got Eric Spoelstra, who's won a couple NBA championships. They got Jimmy Butler over there, one of the best players in the game. They got Bam Adebayo. They have Duncan Robinson, who can shoot it from beyond the arc. Tyler Hero, six man of the year in my opinion. PJ Tucker, good defensive player, plays extremely hard. He can nail it from the corner. He's just a very physical player. Came off of winning an NBA championship with the Milwaukee Bucks. I don't care who he played though. The New York Knicks weren't even competitive. They were just embarrassing. Just every part of basketball, the New York Knicks were trash. I don't understand why this team shoots so many threes. We're not a good three-point shooting team. We turn the ball over. We jump on our passes. That's a freaking elementary school mistake. We literally turned the ball over so much this game. We had like 5 or 6 travels. By the way, this is an NBA team. This isn't an elementary school team. Julius Randle, 2 travels last game. He had a couple travels. Like, how many times are we going to pass the ball? Like, jump on our passes? It just makes no sense at all. There was no urgency from this team. Of course, from the starters, the bench comes in, provides a spark. We're going to get into all of that, or at least at the beginning of this game. There's no ball movement. There's no constant movement in this offense at all. It's one of the blandest offenses in the league. You give it to Evan Fournier, like, let him go to work. Give it to Julius Randle, go to work. RJ Barrett, go to work. We don't play players throughout their strengths at all. Just no high basketball IQ. Just no high level of effort. This team is just so inconsistent. There's no identity. Like, there's inconsistency. There's an inconsistency of offense, defense, and even effort. That is terrible if there's an inconsistency of effort, because that means your coach isn't getting to your players. That means just like also offensively, like, you're not consistently executing your plays well, or is there even a good playbook at all, which there isn't. The offense is straight trash. I understand we still have no point guard, but this team is just an absolute shambles right now. It really is. And RJ Barrett, I thought he played well. Maybe I'm kind of overrating how he played because everyone else was just terrible. I thought Quinn Grimes played hard. I thought Obi Toppin played well. And we got destroyed pretty much this whole game. Julius Randle was freaking trash. He was just so bad, and he's been bad this entire season. He's probably shooting like 39, 40% from the field now. Like, just this team also still can't hit free throws. They still can't hit free throws. It is embarrassing. How do you play basketball your whole life and you can't freaking knock down free throws at all? This team just can't do anything right at all. This team has no identity. They're just not even mediocre. They're just okay. I don't want to see this team in the play-in. But anyway, when we're getting destroyed, right? We put Randall on the bench. Obi Toppin comes in, provides a spark. He's like 6 or 7 points in 6 minutes. We cut it to a 10-point game, which was much better than what it was before. Out of the timeout, we freaking put Julius Randle back in, and everything's just back to normal. We freaking start sucking again. Randall, he doesn't feel a double team. He has a terrible feel for the game. Just like, he doesn't recognize certain guys open. He takes so many perimeter jumpers. He turns the ball over like crazy. Like I said, he jumps on his passes still. Like, his basketball IQ doesn't get better. He doesn't learn. His body language is straight trash. And I understand if you're having a bad shooting season, or you're just not playing well. You're in a big time slump throughout the season, but it can't consistently happen at all. You can't have full on stretches of you just playing bad basketball. And it's like more than just him shooting the basketball or struggling shooting the basketball. It's his body language. You should never have this from your number one option. You're paying so much money. You should never doubt, oh, what Julius Randle are we going to get? Or what Julius Randle are we going to get? Is he going to try? There's an inconsistency of trying on defense, just like taking the right shots. He complains to the refs so much. Like, he's not built for New York. He is mentally soft. And who are the young players going to look to? They're going to look to Julius Randle. And he's setting a terrible example. He's not built for New York. He's not clutch. He's horrible this season. There's been more bad than good from Julius Randle throughout his New York Knicks career. Bad his first year, good his second year. Now he's bad his third year. I understand what he did last year. He went to an all-star game, led us to the playoffs. But what is he doing this year? He is so bad. Like, it's just, you can't defend it. It is just bad. It is very, 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 very bad. Just, he doesn't, like, really check off one box of what you would want from a number one option. Like, he's not a great leader. Like, yes, he's a lead by example guy when it comes to probably the gym, but he's a bad feel for the game. He just lets people get in his head. He's not clutch. He's not a big-time player. He doesn't show up on the big-time stage. We saw that in the playoffs. I know there's a lot more that goes into it, but I'm done with Julius Randle. I want him the fuck out of here. I really do. He's not it. He's not it. Julius Randle's not it, and I don't even think he's a number 2 or number 3 option because who says he's going to accept that role? I don't think he's going to accept that role. I think he genuinely thinks he's the number 1 option. And we don't even know what RJ Barrett is as long as Julius Randle is here. But Evan Fournier, not a good signing, just absolutely non-existent. Alec Burks, someone made a good point. Shout out to my boy Avery, aka ADT Basketball. Like, I've always wondered, why has Alec Burks never stayed with one team? Why has he never had a stable home? Because he's so inconsistent. And this goes on Tom Thibodeau as well. Fournier playing like trash. Alec Burks playing like trash. We're getting destroyed the whole night, and we don't see Cam Reddish until that fourth quarter at the end. The New York Knicks have to look towards the future, and I feel like we have no plan as long as Tom Thibodeau is here. I feel like Leon Rose does have a plan. He's looking towards the future with the Cam Reddish. We traded for him. We gave up a first-round pick and Kevin Knox. The Hawks are playing Kevin Knox more than we're playing Cam Reddish. It is just inexcusable. But I just feel like as long as Tom Thibodeau is here, yes, we're going to be competitive, but we're going to be stuck in mediocrity because we're not going to develop young guys. We aren't at all. And clearly they're not on the same page, management. Leon Rose, Obi Toppin, or Leon Rose and Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau didn't want Obi Toppin, or he would be playing more because he's improved this season. He's not perfect, but he deserves more minutes than he's getting. He's getting 14 to 15 minutes, and I'm not counting those garbage time minutes he got at the very end of this game. It's just inexcusable how he's not holding Julius Randle accountable. Just how are you that inaccurate? Like, heading to halftime, throwing that alley-oop. Like, he doesn't make guys around him better. He literally makes guys worse with his body language. I get it. The defense attracts on him, takes pressure off of other players, but he straight up has not been good this year. I literally want him out of here. Mitchell Robinson, inconsistent. Nerlens Noel, he can't stay healthy to save his life. Mitch has been playing well lately, but we need it to happen on a consistent basis. In order for him to get a brand new contract, he's going to have to get his offensive game together. Just add a hook shot. I'm not asking for a jump shot. I'm asking you to get better from the free throw line, but I'm really concerned of like how this team's going to be long term as long as Tom Thibodeau is here, because I don't know if young guys are consistently going to get minutes at all. Just like, it makes no sense. We just see these players that aren't a part of the future getting minutes, and we're also losing on top of it. So it's just not a good look. Kemba Walker, not going to really shit on him because he was either going to be pretty good for us or not be himself, because he's pretty much at that point of his career. He's not great. So this is just frustrating. The New York Knicks played very bad basketball. Tom Thibodeau don't know what he's doing at all. Do you want Tom Thibodeau fired? Do you want Julius Randle traded? Like, this team's not going to the playoffs. If you think this team's going to the playoffs, literally throw that out of your mind or throw that out of your thoughts. Like, I don't want to see this team in the play-in. Like, what does that do for us? Literally, what does that do? Yeah, guys, let me know down below your thoughts. Peace out, y'all.